Hey everybody, Mr. Rodham here, and I want to look at a problem from section 1.2. It's problem 41. I like problems like this because they help us think and help us get better at our problem solving skills. So you need a pencil, composition book, or notebook paper. You probably don't need a calculator. And the learning target of this video is hopefully at the end you'll be able to say, I understand how to add two integers with the same sign or with different signs. So let's look at the question. It says, write two integers with different signs that have a sum of negative 25. The second part is write two integers with the same sign that have a sum of negative 25. All right, so how could we go about solving this problem? For me, sometimes I like to think of a strategy that's helpful sometimes, and it is called solving a simpler problem. If I can solve a simpler problem, then I can take what the process that I use to solve the simpler problem and apply it to the problem that's a little more challenging. Okay, so this is kind of a problem solving strategy that I'm going to use here. So why don't I, let's see, write two integers with different signs that have a sum of negative 25. Why don't I change that negative 25 to positive 25 first? So for my simpler problem, I want to write two integers with different signs, which means one is positive and one is negative, that have a sum of 25. All right. So let's see, how could we do this? So let me have a number line here. All right. And let's say here's 0, and I want to add two integers with different signs, which means one integer, maybe I'll just pick an integer, positive integer. Maybe I'll just pick, I don't know, 26. Pick the number 26, and it is here on the number line. Okay, and it's right next door to 25, right? It's a neighbor. And so how do I get there? Well, we've learned that to go this direction to the left, that I have to add a negative number. So what number would I add? Well, I only need to go one unit to the left. So I could do that. I could say 26 plus negative 1, that equals 25. All right. Could we apply the same kind of logic, problem solving, to the problem that we have to figure out, which is write two integers with different signs that have a sum of negative 25. So again, let me draw a number line here, and I'm going to put 0 over here. And again, this time, let me go out to negative 26, which is right here. Okay? Now I want to get to its neighbor, which is negative 25. How can I get there? Well, I have to go this direction, which is a positive direction. So I have to go in a positive direction to get to negative 25. So how's that going to help me? Well, I have negative 26 plus 1, that equals negative 25. Okay, so a number line was helpful, but also I think solving this simpler problem helped me to come up with two integers that have different signs that when I add them together or find their sum, the answer is negative. All right, let's look at the second part of this. Write two integers with the same sign that have a sum of negative 25. So again, I could do that same kind of work here. Here's my number line. Let me go out to the number 24, right? And what am I going to do? I'm going to add 1 to get to where I need to be, which is 25. So this is the simpler problem. And you already know this one. It's 24 plus 1 equals 25. So these have the same sign, and the answer has the same sign. So now let's take this and think about it in the context of what we have to do, which is write two integers with the same sign that have a sum of negative 25. So I'll put my 0 here. I'm going to go out to negative 24, camp out there. Now, how do I get to negative 25, which is the neighbor right here, the next door neighbor? Okay, how do I get there? Well, I have to go in this direction. So we learned that going in that direction means adding a negative number. What number should that be? Negative 1. Okay, so let me write this problem down. Negative 24 plus negative 1 equals negative 25. All right, so I'm able to answer the question. But first, what I did is I solved a simpler problem. All right, you may not find this technique might not have been helpful. You might have seen how to solve this problem already, and that is great, awesome, amazing. And you can have an extra cookie for dinner. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Your parents might not let you have an extra cookie for dinner. But anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully that was a little helpful and get you thinking. I like it again because we get to practice a problem-solving strategy that you'll see me use throughout the year. All right, this is Mr. Odom. I'm out.